A major problem with the American political system lies in the fact that, although all the individual states have their elected representatives, nobody truly represents the United States as a whole. In essence, because of how our system was set up, the elected representatives from both Congress and the Senate believe their first priority is the interest of their own state, and in a distant second is the interest of the rest of the United States. In theory, they're supposed to look out for the interest of both equally, but in practice, that's simply not how it works, because if they want to get reelected, they have to bring money and resources back to their own states. And if they don't, they're simply not going to get reelected. And in order to do this, they have to make tit-for-tat arrangements with representatives from other states. In essence, if you vote for what I want, I'll vote for what you want. If you vote to send money to my state, I'll vote to send money to your state, etc. So what happens is all these pork barrel projects are added to the budget because everyone is out to get money for their own state in order to get reelected. But there's nobody saying, wait a minute, can the nation as a whole afford all this? It would be nice if every state could have all the money it wanted, but aren't we bankrupting America as a nation? And there lies the problem. So what's the solution? I don't know. But I do have an idea that may work. Since we have all these so-called czars now, why not have a bipartisan Waste Czar? This Waste Czar can go over every proposed budget item with the power not only to eliminate all the pork barrel projects, but all the truly non-essential spending as well. It would be a fairly simple solution to a fairly complicated problem. Wake up, America. We're spending our way into historical oblivion, and nothing is really being done about it because there are so many hands in the cookie jar. If you don't believe me, just take 5 minutes and go to the U.S. national debt clock and see what we're doing to the future of our children. We don't have the right to put all this debt on their shoulders. We don't have the right to make them future beasts of burden to pay our bills. We don't have the right to force them into involuntary servitude because we've become so freaking irresponsible. Only one fact needs to be pointed out in order to prove how screwed up things are. Congress has a dismal 13% approval rating, but yet most members keep getting reelected. And why do they keep getting reelected? Because they know how to squeeze every golden egg they can out of the obese golden goose federal government, with no concern over the fact that they're choking it to death. It's like a giant piñata being surrounded by a bunch of greedy little fat kids. They're kicking and biting and scratching to get everything they can get before all the goodies are gone, with only very few of them feeling any responsibility at all as to how the piñata is going to be refilled in the future. It's pathetic. And I'm sorry to say it, but this problem will not be solved with term limits, because even with term limits, politicians are still susceptible to bribes. And let's face facts, they are bribes. Special interest groups contribute to the campaigns for one reason and one reason only: in order to get something back. There are over 40,000 lobbyists in the United States spending $4 billion a year bribing politicians. And more than half of those are lobby for foreign interests. If you think term limits will stop that, you're fooling yourself. And this is just one reason why we need a Waste Czar. And also remember that who we're talking about when we're talking about congressmen and senators: lawyers. These people are trained professionals at holding other people accountable and deflecting blame. No matter how bad they screw things up, no matter how many trillions of dollars they put us into debt, no matter how many times they get caught with their hands in the cookie jar, it's never their fault, and they're never really held accountable in any meaningful way, because they make the laws and they know how to get around them. And for these reasons and many, many more, I propose that we need a Waste Czar. Thanks for your time.